Hi, everybody. This is Doug Gillenbrock. I am the Director of Events with Family Motor Coach Association, and this is Barb Filer. She's
busy.
She's the
end. Hi, I finished it.
You've been reading that thing for 2 months.
We've been really busy. We've been busy. Hi, I'm Barb, I'm events manager.
Welcome to this. This is the final of our pre-Gillette live presentation. So I do encourage everyone who's out there watching, if there's anyone, to send some questions, and we'll be happy to answer them. We'll also touch on a lot of topics that people might have questions about. So if you have some questions, type them in. We'll get to them, and hopefully, we can make your visit to Camplex in Gillette, Wyoming, a pleasurable one. We're going to have a lot of fun. As you can see, we're dressed for fun today. We're getting kind of ready to go. And, we're really looking forward to it. The planning just hasn't stopped. We're still going to town as far as getting things ready for the event. We're going to have a great time. We've got a lot of good things planned for Gillette, and we're excited. I hope you guys are as well. So if you have any questions, let us know. We'll start talking about some of the things. All of the confirmation packets for folks who have signed up already have been mailed. Turn it the right way. Yeah. We got the last of the bulk packets out last week. So if you haven't received your packet yet, wait a couple more days. We mailed the last of them on Friday, and if you don't get it by this Friday, give us a call, and we'll check to see if there was a problem with it. The will call will be located right in front of the Wyoming Center, which is kind of the main building in the complex. You're going to enter it off of Wrangler Road, which Box Elder is kind of the main road coming in that you'll want to take. And then you'll take a left or right onto Wrangler, and that'll take you right up to the front of the Wyoming Center, and that's where our will call and staging area will be located for this event. Just a little info. Barb was getting kind of some of the confirmation packet contents out to show you what if you haven't received your packet yet, what you're going to be finding in that. The first thing she is holding up is our confirmation booklet. It includes a lot of good information. Probably the most important thing it includes, and she just had it open, is the directions. Really important that you take a look at those directions and follow those directions coming in. They're specific to where you need to go, depending on what kind of parking you have and how you get into the place. So please follow the directions when you do arrive. That'll make your parking experience a lot easier if you go to where you're supposed to go in the first place. The confirmation packet also, includes a lot of other information, kind of pre-information for when you arrive, to get you settled in. We'll have other information in the welcome bags that you'll receive after you arrive. But this booklet here is kind of to get you there. And then some basic information about the town, where you can find Walmarts, where you can find some other things in Gillette when you're arriving, if you want to stop there before you hit Camplex.
I feel like an airline attendant. Everybody buckle up.
Oh, boy.
Wear your seatbelts. All right, here we go.
What you're looking at now is the tow car hanger. And I know most folks do bring a tow car with them. If you do have your tow car, make sure that is in the rearview mirror. That makes it easy to get in and out of the complex without being stopped. We will have security at the gates. We want to make sure it's a safe place, so please put that in your window. That way you won't have any hassle coming and going from the complex should you go out to the restaurants in the area or check out downtown or have to go shopping or something like that. This is your arrival card. It has a date on it, July 14th. This person is a RV Basics attendee, so they'll be coming in on the 14th. That's the day we have assigned to you to come in. You can't come in before that. You can come in after that. As long as you have a date that is on that date or after, you can come in. So if, say you have the 16th on your card and you can't make it until the 17th or 18th, you're fine. Come on in when you do. We just don't want you coming in before the 16th. We do break up our parking groups because we have, several thousand RVs coming in at once. We can't have everybody arriving at the same time. It would clog the highways. It would take forever for folks to get parked. So we do break the parking days up. We try and do it as close to even as we can. It's probably not exact, but we try to bring, probably 700 or 800 in one day and match the next day. So please kind of, if it says the 16th and you can make it the 16th, come in that day. If yours says the 17th, you can make it come in the 17th. Now, if you come in the 17th, if you come in the 16th and you have a 17th card, we're going to ask you to stay in the holding area overnight until we can get you parked the next day.
I could add something. If you're an RV Basics attendee, you are arrived on the 14th, you should have this extra additional packet, and it'll have your school name on it, and your badges for this class only are in here. If you did not receive this, please let us know right away. Okay.
Myra asked, do you have room for a tow car dolly on the site with hookups? Myra, more than likely what we're going to have you do, once you unload your car, we're going to ask you to move your tow car dolly either somewhere in your site where it's not obstructing anyone, or we may need you to move it off to the side. Some of the sites at Camplex are very small, so you probably will have to move it a little bit away from your RV. Others are a little larger and may accommodate it. It's going to depend a little bit on where you're parked. So the parkers will work with you when you do that. So just as you come in, they'll recognize what you have, and hopefully they can put you in a good place when you do arrive. And perhaps you can leave it hooked up. I doubt it because of the way the sites are there. It's more campground. Some of the spaces aren't large enough to accommodate holding a trailer or even a dolly in the site.
So RV Basics, when you're finished your class, you had badges, then you'll switch to these badges for the show.
Yeah,
everybody will get these badges.
These are our family badges. They're yellow. We also have a couple other colors of badges. We have blue badges. That's for folks who have registered for disabled parking. We also have some green badges, and that's mostly for advanced crew folks who need access to areas prior to the opening, such as the exhibit areas. They need to work in there and some other places. So those are the three colors of badges you'll see predominantly. We have some other colors for some of our concessions and ground services and other things that you might see out there as well. But predominantly you'll see yellow and blue badges running around the grounds. What else you got in that packet there, Barbie?
First timers.
Oh, as far as the badges are concerned, we do ask that you wear your badges to any functions that we have. We will have people from the area coming to visit the show. If they come on a day pass, they'll have a little bit different type of badge. But wear your badge. It makes it gives us peace of mind that you are supposed to be there. You registered. If we see folks without badges, we kind of tend to wonder why they're there. I know sometimes in the past they've had some people come in who probably shouldn't have been at our events. So we want to make sure that we keep those folks out, or if they do want to attend, they go and take care of buying their badges to see the show. What we're showing right now, this person is a first timer. So what you're going to, if you're a first timer, you're going to receive this in your packet as well. This is your credential. Please put that in your windshield. We have some instructions on where that needs to go in your windshield on the back. You also receive a smaller version of our confirmation packet just for first timers. This is going to kind of guide you to your parking location and get you started. There'll be more information when you arrive, but this is kind of just the primer. Get you there, get you comfortable, make sure that you're relaxed when you're coming in. It can be a very anxiety-filled time for folks, especially on their first time. So we want to make sure that you get there and you're in a good mood, you're happy, and everything's going well. If you read that over and listen and look at some of the tips we have in there, it'll help you out. You also get a first-timers ribbon, and that's that. It's red to match our cards that we have. Wear that with your badge as well. What you're going to find is it sticks real well to these little plastic ones that we give you. If you buy the fabric ones, it doesn't stick to those. So what we typically ask people to do is put it down inside their down inside where their badge is, so you can see that. Plus, you can also see the badge as well. If you try and stick it to the back of the fabric, you'll lose it in less than a minute. It just does not stick to that stuff. While we're still talking about first timers, I want to make sure everybody knows, if you are a first timer, we're going to have on Tuesday afternoon, I believe it's at 3 o'clock, we'll be having our first timers orientation, and that will be held in Equality Hall, which is in the Wyoming Center. Gary Milner, the Midwest area vice president, will be presenting this orientation. He's great. You're going to love hearing all he has to talk about for the first timers. You're going to learn a lot about navigating a convention during his presentation. So make sure you do come to that. Once again, it's at 3 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon, and that's in the Equality Hall in Wyoming Center. Immediately after that, we're going to have Chapter Fair in the same building, but it's going to be in Spirit Hall, which is just down the corridor a little bit. So you might want to stop in there, check out some of the chapters who'll be having tables in there. They'll talk about the things that they do, the places they go to, meet some of the folks who are in those chapters as well, if that's something you're interested in. I know a lot of folks, they join FMCA, they don't know a whole lot of people maybe when they start. They join a chapter, and all of a sudden they've got this whole group of friends that they can talk to and travel with, and it really becomes a big part of their experience in FMCA. So I encourage everybody from the First Timers Orientation to go down there, check out the chapters. You might find something that you might be interested in, and you might make some new friends along the way. So go check that out. Next in line in your bag will be your locator card. You can't really fill this out until you get parked and find out what street you're on. We ask that once you get parked, you find out what street you're on. We should have signs out there. By the time you're there, we'll have the street signs out there. So get parked, complete the card with the street you're on and any other information. Thank you. And it's probably preferable that way. Fill that card out, bring it in. We'll have welcome stations throughout the area. With folks, we'll also have welcome bag distributors running through the parking lots, giving out welcome bags. You give them that card, they'll give you a welcome bag. Your welcome bag will include a card. It'll have a card that you'll then turn in on Wednesday for one of these volunteer pins. You see that? We're going to turn your pin in at the info center. The welcome bag will also include program, a couple of grounds maps, and some other information in there that you might find useful. If for some reason you don't run into anybody from the welcome crew or can't find one of the welcome stations, you can pick up a bag at the information desk in Wyoming Center or at the FMCA office, which will be in Heritage Hall. We showed you the arrival date card earlier. This is your parking placard, and you're going to notice a lot of different things going on there. There's two different colors. This color here means you are a family attendee. We also have blue and a couple other colors. Blue is for disabled, and like I said, a couple other different colors. This side will designate what type of parking you got. As you can see, it says deluxe. So this is someone who registered for 50 amp deluxe parking. The D also indicates that. These cards are very important, not just for you, but it's really, really, really important for the parkers. When they see you come in, they're going to say, okay, we need to know, we know where we're going to put that person. We know where we're going to, put the next person. They get you staged, and then you take you to the lot you're going to be parked in. So make sure that when you do arrive, this card, flip it around, Thank you. Is in your windshield, able to be seen by the parking team, who will be out in the street areas, directing you to where you need to go.
It sort of looks like that. Put this
Yep.
above. Can you see it? Am I in right there? Yeah, okay.
And
That's why you'll come in.
what we ask you to do is you put that on the driver's side windshield to the right part of the windshield. Don't put it on the left. Put it more towards the middle so the parkers can see it. We have a lot of folks, I think over probably, I don't know how many, 700 to 800 folks have volunteered to help out during this event. And, you know, one of the big things about FMCA is we have great volunteers. We certainly couldn't do what we do, just the events department, without the help of the volunteers. It's just amazing all the different things that go on during the event and the help we need. And we've always been very fortunate to have plenty of volunteers, and Gillette's no exception. We're going to, if you're a volunteer, you're going to receive this card, which will go in your windshield as well. You're also going to receive in your volunteer packet a letter. And depending on if you're, like this person here is a coffee hour volunteer, so they'll receive even another thing to put in their windshield. That'll tell the parking team where they need to go. The letter that you receive in your packet will describe when your volunteer meeting will be and some other information, such as we're going to have a volunteer dinner. And that's going to be on Saturday night, the last night of the event. And we're also going to have volunteer recognition on Friday night. So if there are, you know, if you're still interested in volunteering, I know we need quite a few security volunteers at this point. We'd really like to have some. If you're interested in volunteering, give us a call. We can get that information out to you and get you signed up.
Myra didn't receive a red card in her packet. So, but Myra, can I ask you, did you get, if you could type in, if you did receive the brochure, but this wasn't inside of it? Otherwise, I'll just mail you everything. So yeah, give us a call and let us know what you didn't get as far as being a first timer. You should have ribbons or ribbon and this brochure plus this to identify you.
And we'll check your registration, Myra, to see if you are signed up as a first timer. And you know, depending on whether you registered online or talked to someone on the phone, either you might not have seen it or you might not have been asked if you're a first timer. So, but we'll get you straightened out. Shouldn't be a problem. But we'll get right on that. If you let Barb know what you did receive, if anything, we'll get you the information that you need.
Now the fun part.
All right. In each packet, depending on how many people were coming in your registration, you received a bonus buck for $5. If you have one person, you got one. If you have two, you got two. Yeah. If you had 3 or 4, or however many people were on your registration, that's how many bonus bucks you received. Bonus bucks are good throughout the facility. They'll be good at the concessions. They'll be good with the vendors. Basically, it's our way of thanking you for coming, giving you a little pocket change to spend either on a drink or something to eat, or perhaps you have your eyes on something at the exhibitor hall. You can take that over there and use it. We also will be giving out some bonus bucks for other things, some of our fun and games activities and other things throughout the event. Please use them. It's free to you to take to the concession stand, and like I said, if you want to get a sandwich or you want to go buy something from the exhibitor hall, understand when you do use that, there is no change given, whatever it is. So if you're going to buy something for $2, you're not going to get 3 back. If you're going to buy something for $7, you're going to have to give $2 more to finish off your payment.
Probably most vendors participate, but there'll be a sign on their table.
All vendors are I say required, but they kind of are required to participate. All of our concessions will be participating. So just about anything you buy at the complex will accept bonus bucks.
Okay, let's talk about the tours?
Okay, we've arranged a number of off-site tours during this event. One thing I want to say right now, we have not had good response on it. And we're at the point now where we're going to have to decide whether we're going to continue with the tours. I know some folks have registered for them already, and if we do have to cancel them, we'll certainly refund your money. But we have some great tours. We have a coal mine tour it was very popular last time we were in Gillette. We had a ton of people go to that. We also have a bison ranch tour where you can go see thousands of bison, or I like to call them buffalo. That's what I always knew them as, roaming around. So, that's a really interesting thing. And then also an energy station tour as well. So that's something that interests you. Please get back to us pretty quickly. We're kind of under the gun here to decide whether we're going to be able to do these tours or not. We have to have a certain number of people to do them, and right now we're not quite there. So if we could get some help along those lines, we can still do the tours. If not, as I said, we'll refund your money if you've already signed up. We also have our youth program. So if folks are coming with their grandkids, they have some younger kids that they're bringing. If they're guardians for kids, we do have some youth tours going to kind of the same places as our other tours. It's going to be a good time for these kids. We're also going to have these tours are more based on kids. These are more adult tours. These are kids tours. Parents can also go on these tours with their kids if they want, or grandparents or guardians. You can accompany your children. If you want to be a chaperone, you can check out. I'd say go to the youth table in the information center when you arrive and let those folks know. Dave Marlowe's in charge of the program, him and his wife. They'd be more than happy to get any assistance you can provide as far as helping with the tours. We also on Thursday there'll be a special presentation for the kids. Nels Ross, who is one of our entertainers, he's going to be doing the Thursday noon show. He's going to come back around, I think it's 3:30, and do a show just for the kids. Of course, it's open to everyone, but it's going to be more geared towards the kids, that second show. So if you have kids, you're bringing kids with you, go over to the info center. There's information on the flyer as well about how to contact, how you get your youngins signed up for it. So
and you get a T-shirt.
You get a fluorescent T-shirt, and you can find them.
Yeah, you know where they're at. That's for sure. Okay.
What else we got in there?
Well, I'm going to take over.
I'm going to let Barb, because this is her baby. She's quite proud of it. And I'm going to sit back here for a second and get a drink.
All right. So how this happened was we're always looking for ways to bring our family together when they're on the grounds for a common interest. So, the hot topic now, and it's a movie out, is book club. So I thought, well, let's have a book club. Or when I was actually talking with the artists, and they're like, how can we do it? And then a book club would be fun. Let's get a one book. We'll put it out there. We'll bring them all together and have a little seminar about it. Well, then it got to, well, what book do we do? Well, our topic, of course, is Wyoming, the West. So the idea was, well, maybe we can find a book that relates to the area. Okay. So we researched some authors, and we found a couple. And then it got to a point, well, who knows how to facilitate a book club? So it was like, who's a member of a book club who would do this for us? And we thought, well, why don't we see if an author would come? Well, a couple emails later, we ended up with none other than Craig Johnson, who is a New York bestselling author, and also from Wyoming, and also writes about Wyoming. And he suggested, because of the size that, well, anyway, he's written like 16 books. And he's recommended this one. So we've put it out there for everyone to get their hands on a copy because of the size and the shortness. And we didn't know the size of the group. But he's also written another one called, so if you've read this already, called An Obvious Fact. We're not going to discuss this book, but it is about the area, and he thought you might enjoy it. And he had an open schedule on Saturday, the 21st, so he will be there. He's going to be there at 1 o'clock in the Heritage Theater. And all you folks who are interested, please come, bring your book, and we're going to talk about the book. Well, added feature is Craig Johnson also writes the Longmire series that's on Netflix and was on A&E. It's the cowboy, Western themed, and he's a sheriff, murder mystery series. So he's also going to be there, and we'll present one of those clips and then talk about that. And he said he'd bring some Longmire swag, and we're just going to have a really good time. So I urge you, please, please, please go to, I need you to, I'm sorry, for many reasons, I need you to RSVP so we can keep control of things. And you would do that on fmca.com. And then it'll give you directions on how to do it. There's the information will be on this paper in the packet. Plus, if you go on fmca.com, I'm sure you'll be directed to that. But please, please, please get the book, RSVP, get the book, and bring it with you. And we can't wait. Let's show Mr. Johnson what a great group we are. Okay?
Should they get the book and then read the book?
All right. Okay. Every day I have to deal with it. Get the book, read the book, and bring it with you. Thank you.
Specifics.
1 o'clock. 1 o'clock on Saturday.
It's going to be great. Final thing in your welcome bag will be this here card. Every summer convention, we have an annual meeting, and that'll be on Saturday morning at 9:15 in the Equality Hall in Wyoming Center. This here card, if you fill that out and put it in the drum, which will be in the information center, we're going to give out 10 awards, I think of $250. Is that right? I think that's what it is, during the annual meeting. So, fill this card out at the bottom, detach it from the top part, drop it in our drum during the event. You can also drop it off the morning of the annual meeting into the hopper, and they'll draw 10 of them out, and they'll receive a little going home cash. Help them along the way. Now, all this stuff that was in this confirmation package, if you got will call, you're not going to get one of these packets till you get there. What we're going to do, though, is we're going to send you an email with links to where you can find all that information in PDF form that you can print out, look at ahead of time. You also receive this here placard in your email. What we want you to do is print that out and put that in the windshield of your motorhome or truck, depending on what kind of RV you have. That gives our parking team a pretty good idea that they need to take you directly to will call, get you heading in the right direction there. Just helps them out. If you're driving around with no placard, they really don't know what you're there for, whether you need to register, whether you need to come to will call. You put that in your windshield, you'll be taken directly to will call. You can pick up your packet and be on your way. We'll also have, a lot of this information will be posted on fmca.com within the next couple of days. So you'll be able to, if you want to get it before that email is sent out, you can go check things out. Also, within the next week or so, we're going to have our digital program available online. We are finalizing the program today. Barb actually has some of it here with her. She thought for some reason she was going to be able to work on it. She's going to be able to work on it.
Just edit. But it's almost done.
So we'll have that done probably the end of this week, off to the printer for sure. And then we just convert that into a digital format, and it will be online in the next, like I said, next week or so. We will send out an email blast once it is available, making sure everyone knows how to get to it. I know a lot of folks like to plan early. This will be about a month out. You'll be able to start looking at this and seeing what seminars you want to go to, what activities you want to participate in. So that's coming up within the next week. as well as, a number of other things that we'll be doing to prepare for the event. Folks, yeah, if you're pulling your tow vehicle either on a trailer or a dolly, it's going to depend a lot on where you get parked as to what you're going to have to do with that. The parking team tries their best to get you in a situation where you might not have to move your trailer or dolly, but sometimes it's just impossible. We'll find a location as close as we can to your motorhome or RV. Put your extra stuff. We usually leave enough room where you can keep your car and some other things, but there's usually not enough room for a full trailer. The spots just aren't big enough for that. Depending on the location, in Gillette, it's just not possible. So we'll, if we don't have the room, we're going to ask you to move that trailer or dolly. If you are getting parked and something's wrong, ask for one of the parkers to talk to. If they can't resolve your problem, we'll have you taken up to the info center and the registration desk, and we'll get it all taken care of. There's nothing that can't be fixed when you come to one of these conventions, and we'll do our darndest to get it right. I promise you. Got a lot of stuff planned for you. You should not be bored. If you're bored, you come and talk to me, and I'll put you to work.
That's for sure. Gillette's a great area. There's just lots to see and do. The CVB will be there to help you if you need to find things. Remember, we'll have trams running and golf carts. Bring your bike. Bring your golf cart if you own one. Just be ready to have fun.
If you come up with a question after we sign off here, give us a call or send an email, convention@fmca.com. We'll be happy to get you an answer back as quickly as possible.
Final note, get the book, read it, register online so we know you're coming. And Saturday, 1 o'clock in Gillette, come and meet Mr. Johnson, and we'll talk about the highwayman. Thanks, guys. We better get busy.
Yeah. All right. See ya.